It is a great pleasure to be able to introduce Clelia Bartoli, who has a PhD in philosophy. She's got a very interesting list of published works, books, and articles in the field of human rights. She's an activist. She's also a teacher working with young refugees at the CPIA, which is a school for adults in Palermo. She is the coordinator of the project of Giocherenda, which she will be telling us about. And she's also the creator of an educational project called Polipolis, which is taking place at present in Palermo with her school, many other colleagues, and which is about trying to build a community, not only teaching in school, face-to-face, but building a community in school with families and areas where multiculturalism is now the core point in Palermo. Clelia will say something, then we will we'll make this Skype call to the Giocherenda group in Palermo, and then maybe you will integrate. So, thank you.
I'm really, really happy to be with you again, with many of them. It's really a pleasure to share other experience together, but of course I'm really sad because also the guys had to come, but they couldn't because the borders are a problem and they didn't get the documents to come here. So the main characters are not here. Anyway, we can start, and I want to introduce you what is it, Giocherenda. The first thing to clarify is that Giocherenda is not a project to help refugees, not at all. It's probably the contrary. It's a project of refugees to help Europe. And then we will discover how, the sense of this. The roots of Giocherenda are in Polipolis. Polipolis is this educational experimental program that I invented and we developed with my colleagues and with our students. And which is the idea, the basic idea. The normal approach with refugees is concentration, segregation, and assistance. Exactly what happens in the camps in Kenya. So you concentrate all the refugees, so you create a ghetto. Then you segregate. The place normally are very far from other inhabitants, the village or the towns, and you assist. In this way, the result is to steal the agency, the freedom, and also to some sense to steal also the humanity of these people. Our idea is exactly the opposite, is to spread, to mix, to link, and to empower people in this school. And this idea could become real also thanks to a nice surprise that was the arriving of Marina with her gang of artists. Because when we decided to start Polipolis, it was the last school year in September. And in that moment was really a difficult moment because we received a school to welcome these young refugees. Many of them were just arrived a few weeks before they landed in the harbor. So everything was new for them. And we received a school to train them, but totally empty. We had the walls, but nothing else. even the table, the chairs, nothing, totally empty. So, and in this condition of totally poverty, Marina and the gang survive, and we stay for 3 days in a wonderful places like the Museum of Puppets, with these wonderful and crazy people that offer from many parts of the world, that offer to the students so many strange experiences, the puppets, the story, the singing together and so on. So it was really a nice beginning for them, even if the situation was hard. And it was the imprinting for them, because they were recognized as people that can receive the attention of nice people in a nice place, and they can show their talents, also their imagination is welcome. And also thanks to this, it started the idea to do something with imagination and with creativity and with storytelling. But another thing happens during the year. A group of students observing the reality came to me and they told me, we note that here you lack, the place lacks solidarity, or better, I think that you need more Giocherenda, because Giocherenda is a Fula word. Fula is an African language spoken in 70 countries, more or less, and normally we translate this word we translate with solidarity, but it's something more. Is interdependence, because solidarity can mean that you give to someone else because you are good, and this way you create also unbalanced position. Instead, Giocherenda is we want to help each other because we are connected. So if you stay better, I stay better. If you are not good, I'm not good. In some sense, your suffer return on me. So the idea that we need to spread Giocherenda, and they asked me, can we do something together to spread this value here, because you need. And yes, okay, why not? Let's start this new adventure. And but I had also they received some help for 1 or 2 years maximum, but then they need to survive. So I thought also to create a kind of an enterprise to make some money for them. And Giocherenda is very similar to the Italian word gioco, that means game, play. And putting all the pieces together, we thought to create an enterprise to produce games for storytelling. But all these games that we invent and we create are cooperative games to make the experience of Giocherenda, because Giocherenda is also the happiness of do something together. So Hannah Arendt, I saw that you quote her, speaks about public happiness. That is the feelings that comes out when you work together with others to a project, to a vision, to an ideal. So all these games that we could produce also thanks to the donation of Conrad. The guys are very grateful, because with this money they could buy the materials and the tools to build the first prototypes. So we started this adventure, and And I think that is going quite well. Then can you show the picture? This is, in this moment we are in my home, but now we receive a space where we can move. Here there is the creative process to invent all the games. And the last thing is this. Many people think that the only way to accept refugees is or migrants if they go to occupy the last position in society. Our idea is another one, is that all people, refugees or local people, can give something to the place where they are growing if they bloom, if they develop their talents, if they express what is nice in themselves. So that's what we are trying to do. And we ask to you to help us with some ideas. And also, if you want to buy something, because they are very heavy, and we want to come back to Italy light, so please. And all the money go to the guys only. Okay.
So shall we call them?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Let's be ready. Oh, but I think so. We need to do the connection here. Hello, ciao.
Ciao.
Yes. Vi facciamo vedere chi c'è qua. We'll show you who's in there, Marina.
Ciao a tutti.
Ok. Allora, lo lasciamo così. We'll leave it like that so that you can see the people. Così vedete le persone. We haven't planned about language, so maybe who can understand French? Qui parle français? Ok. Quindi je pense que
Ciao ragazzi!
je pense que alors, je pense que la plupart des personnes ici parlent français. Donc, est-ce qu'ils peuvent parler français? Ouais.
Oui.
Ok, donc c'est à vous. Clelia a donné une introduction.
There is also Ibra that can speak in
Okay, okay. So maybe Jean, Maga, and Omar can speak French, and Ibra can speak English.
Omar also English.
Oh, sorry, Omar and Ibra speak English, and Jean and Maga parlent français. À vous.
Alors, pour commencer, salut à tout le monde. Je m'appelle Dean, j'espère que vous me recevez très bien. Me recevez très bien?
Très bien. Oui. Allez-y.
Vous me recevez très bien?
Oui, tu peux parler.
Alors, je m'appelle Dean, je viens de la Guinée-Conakry. Alors, aujourd'hui, on est ici pour le groupe de Giocherenda. Giocherenda, le projet qui a présenté là-bas, Clelia, s'appelle Giocherenda. Giocherenda, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Alors, Giocherenda veut dire que l'union entre nous tous. Alors, c'est comment l'humanité toute entière, comment doit être. Ça veut dire Giocherenda, c'est chacun, c'est quelque chose qui est collègue à une autre chose. C'est comme ça qu'on doit être, parce que Giocherenda, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Ça vient dans une langue qui s'appelle la langue Peul, qui parle dans 17 pays majeurs en Afrique. Ça veut dire la solidarité. Maintenant, un petit exemple par Giocherenda. Je vais vous faire cet exemple. Regardez ce que mon doigt. si cette doigt-là, je me coupe sur cette doigt, tout mon corps, ça va sentir mal. Et pourquoi je me suis coupé seulement sur les doigts, tout mon corps, ça mal? C'est parce que tout mon corps va montrer que les doigts là, ça vient dans le corps. Alors, tout mon corps, ça va sentir la douleur. À cause de cette petite coupure que je me suis coupé ici, je ne peux pas dormir. Et alors, nous tous, c'est comme ça qu'on doit être, parce qu'on doit être l'union. Si toi tu as des problèmes, et moi aussi j'ai des problèmes, mais si tu te sens bien, moi aussi je dois sentir bien. C'est le sens du Giocherenda. C'est chacun doit être pour l'autre. On ne doit pas être des égoïstes. Chacun doit aider l'autre sur la manière qu'il peut, par tout le monde entre nous. Et alors, je donne la parole à mon frère Maga. Il va vous commenter un peu quelque chose sur Giocherenda.
Salut à tout le monde, je m'appelle Gassim Magasuba, je viens de la Guinée-Conakry. Je suis très content de cette belle journée d'aujourd'hui. Comme on n'a pas eu l'opportunité de venir assister avec vous, mais on a été avec vous, ça me fait plaisir de participer à cette direct-là. Je vais vous expliquer un peu, je vais vous demander un peu sur les paroles de mon ami Guy, ce qu'il a dit. La solidarité, c'est une chose très, très importante pour l'humanité. Si tu crois qu'aujourd'hui l'humanité a beaucoup de problèmes, parce qu'on a oublié la solidarité. On ne doit pas oublier cette branche-là. Nous, on vient du même arbre qui s'appelle arbre à palabre. On doit réfléchir sur ce sens-là. Parce que la Giocherenda, c'est la solidarité. Sans la solidarité, il n'y a pas la paix. Sans la paix, l'humanité ne valide rien. On doit se retourner un peu derrière, parce que mon ami là, c'est un ancien qui est de 1800. On doit se retourner un peu sur l'année 1800, parce qu'à l'année 1800, il y avait beaucoup de solidarité entre l'être humain. Mais dans ce 21e siècle-là, on a un peu oublié sur cette branche-là. Bon, c'est pourquoi, Giocherenda, on veut retourner la solidarité entre les humains. À travers de ça, on a sciencé un peu de créer des jouets. Je pense que ces jouets-là, c'est avec vous là-bas. Des jouets, des cartes, des jouets de table, des gadgets pour raconter des histoires. On a créé ça entre nous pour présenter.
Je ne vais pas l'interrompere. Maga, potete chiudere la tenda.
Maga, je ne veux pas t'interrompre. Je ne veux pas t'interrompre,
Puoi-
mais il faut que Dean bloque la lumière.
Può chiudere la tenda,
On ne voit
Dean.
pas ton visage. Voilà.
Dean, puoi chiudere la
Non,
tenda.
encore plus. Quelqu'un d'autre derrière.
Il y a beaucoup de lumière, c'è troppa luce, on ne voit pas ton visage.
Ok?
Il faut que Dean.
Non, est-ce que c'est orange? C'est la couleur de la...
Non, c'est parce qu'il faut. Cette lumière.
C'è qualcuno
Sì,
che
non
occupa
si può
la luce.
abbassare.
Qualcuno si
Ah,
mette-
La luce.
Comunque guarda, sullo schermo si
Dean,
vede
se ti metti in piedi vicino... Ok,
Ora come?
meglio.
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 Ora che dobbiamo cambiare.
Ok?
Ora cadono dalle sedie.
Puoi rimanere in piedi.
Ok, scusa Maga, puoi riprendere? Tu peux continuer.
Ok, on ne doit pas oublier la solidarité entre nous, parce que tout l'être humain, nous sommes des mêmes pères, mêmes mères. À travers de ça, on a pensé de créer ces jeux de daddy pour raconter des histoires, pour créer ton propre. Toi, à travers des daddy, sur les cartes, on a créé ça pour l'imagination. Par exemple, la carte là a 12 différents traits. Tu regardes la carte, tu peux voir à ta manière des choses et si tu donnes à ton ami, lui aussi va à sa manière. Ok, le jeu de table, c'est un jeu de desiderio en italien, je ne sais pas comment on dit ça en anglais.
It's a game to make wishes, about wishes, desires. The game is about wishes, about desires.
Ok, je pense bien que Clelia est bien placée de vous expliquer ça comme lui il est sur le terrain. Je passe à Moustapha qui va vous expliquer aussi son joie d'aujourd'hui. On est très très content de cette lettre-là. Merci beaucoup.
My name is Mustafa. I would like to say good afternoon. I'm not sure if that's right where you are right now, but here it's definitely an afternoon time. So, first of all, I will say the English is not the best of Englishes that you will hear, but I hope we can find a common ground to communicate. Like my colleagues, my friends, and my family must have already said it all, and I would just like to throw some light on what they have been saying. I don't speak French, I don't know what is exactly they have explained, but with my little bit of English, I will also throw some light on Giocherenda. Okay, Giocherenda is a group created by most of us, 99% of us, are strangers, migrants, who have been living in the centers, and we have decided to use that time in the center, in the detention centers, to do something good, to help ourselves and others to not to be in the situation of thinking and thinking, but also to have some fun among us, and also to see our stories, and to encourage others also to pour out, to say what they feel, and then to create imaginary stories, but also to say stories, true stories, to create true stories. Like we have items like we call them daddies. I don't know how they are called in English. Dice.
The storytelling dies, yes.
Okay, that one we have 6 different corners where you have 6 different features, and using these features, we use it to create stories. Like it brings up the ability to think and also to create things with those features. We think of things and create, but also it gives the opportunity to others who have things in their head, and they find it hard to just call someone and say, okay, my brother, come here, or my sister, come here, I want to tell you this is my story. Or even if they are asked their story, they find it hard to explain it to people, because some of those stories are very emotional ones, are very sad ones, so it's always hard to just sit and then talk to anyone like that. But with these games and then with these storytelling materials, with fictional stories, also you find it with the comfort in telling these fictional stories, we also find a way of saying our own true story, and then the burden in our case and the burden on us, we are able to pour it out, and then you feel a bit more better than when you have it in you without telling anyone, without saying it, and then you feel it very tough. But with these fictional stories, you are able to, little by little, say what really you are feeling in you. And we don't want it to be five boys thing or 6, 7 boys thing, but we also want to share it with others. Not only with immigrants have this problem of sharing our stories. No, we have people like in Italy here, you have Italians who have these problems of sharing their story with others. And it could be better if you are able to find someone that you can trust and say, tell them. But if you still can't find that person to tell your story to, you can still, in a game, you can still say your story to people without them knowing that it's your story, in fact. But to you, you find yourself at ease because you think you have said what you feel inside of you to someone. And that it could be more than 2, 3, 4 people at least. And after telling these stories, people have their opinions on stories that we create, and either imaginary ones or the true stories. People have their say, and from those saying, you are able to take some good advices and then use them in the future and even in the present. Also, we have created cards, whereas you have pictures that every individual see different things in those pictures. Like someone might see a head of a lion, someone else may see a cow in the same picture. So it gives us the opportunity of viewing things differently from, we cannot all do everything in the same way now. But we also, creating this, we find it a way of telling or viewing our opinions in different ways. Like someone who shows a line in it, okay, that's how we view it. That's how we want to see it. And someone else who saw something else like a snake in it, well, okay, this is a snake. That's how we view the card. And Giocherenda, to say the least, has created a bond between us, and we feel it will also create a bond between others, like people who use these dice, these cards together to play, might build a very strong relationship through that by playing together. You start one day, 3 of you meet, and then you play this game together, and then with time playing it together, you tell stories. Someone find interest in what you have said, and then you build those friendships. Right now here, I can tell you, we feel like brothers. We are from Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, Gambia, Mali, different countries. But right now we feel like we are the same moms and dads. How do we come to find out? Because we share a lot of things in common, but we also share a lot of friendly times and jokes together, so we are able to build those things. So we find it very, it's really a pleasure to be with you to share some of those stories. Probably could have been the best if one of us could be there to demonstrate and to show you even better this Giocherenda. But it's definitely a pleasure to share some of these things with you. Thank you.
Ibra, Omar, do you want to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Ibrahim. I'm from Gambia. And first of all, I want to say thanks to my teacher Clelia and Valentina. And Marina, we want to say thank you and your guys. I think since we came here, we are all from Africa, we are strangers, and we are in the same school, and we make an appointment to talk to Clelia, like we got a talent, so we want to share this talent with people. So we went to see Clelia, we talked to her, and she told us that, okay, then since you people have a talent, then we are going to help you people to show your talents to the world. So we talked to her and she helped us, and if you see today we are here, it's because of Clelia and the help of Valentina. We want to say thank you, Valen and Clelia.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I think for me, my brother has tell everything Mustafa and Dean as well. So we just want to say thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Jeuma está veniendo con Nati.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Hello guys, my name is Umar, I'm from Gambia. Yeah, I'm greeting you all. Yeah, before saying I'm grateful for all of them and my teachers. So my brothers was telling everything about them. So I'm grateful you of them and say thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Alors, pour fermer, on va vous laisser continuer. Maintenant, tous les jeux que vous voyez là-bas, c'est nous, les personnes que vous avez vues ici, c'est nous qu'on a créé ces jeux. On remercie particulièrement, on remercie beaucoup à Marina Warner parce que si vous avez vu et son fils, si vous avez vu aujourd'hui Giocherenda en train de réaliser ses rêves, réaliser ce projet, c'est grâce à eux, avec l'aide de ces deux personnes que vous voyez là-bas, Clelia et Valentina. Mais on remercie particulièrement beaucoup à Marina Warner. On demande un grand applaudissement pour Marina Warner. Grazie Marina. Vous voyez, toutes les garçons que vous voyez ici, chacun a un talent. Il y a quelque chose qu'il peut réaliser. Chaque garçon que vous voyez ici, si vous donnez une matériel, il va transformer ça directement à quelque chose. Il n'y a pas d'entre nous quelqu'un qui ne sait pas faire quelque chose. Tous ces garçons-là ont des talents. Ils sont ici parce qu'ils ont des problèmes dans leur pays. C'est un problème qui est très grave qu'on ne peut pas développer ici. Et alors aujourd'hui, grâce à vous, on est ici, on est en train de créer quelque chose, notre projet, et on fréquente l'école encore, et on vous remercie beaucoup, même avec les invitations, tout ce que vous avez fait, même si on n'a pas pu être aujourd'hui avec vous, on est très content. Il y a les jeux avec les jeux de rêve, il y a beaucoup de choses, tout ça là, on va vous présenter là-bas, tout ça là, ça a été réalisé avec les garçons que vous voyez ici. On vous remercie particolarmente, merci beaucoup, merci.
Dean, ragazzi, allora ragazzi, voglio dare i giochi a Conrad. From Giocherenda guys, they want to give you, to thank you, all the set of games of Giocherenda. This is Conrad.
Thank you so much. I'm very touched. I'm going to be coming to Palermo very soon, so I'm going to come and visit you. So I look forward to meeting you all in person. Thank you very much.
Vi ringrazio, dice che verrà presto a Palermo e vi verrà a conoscere in persona. Grazie mille.
No, grazie a voi.
Ok.
Merci. Au revoir.
Ciao. Okay. Clelia, do you want to add something? Maybe, I don't know, show the games, we could pass them around or something, or do you want to say something more about? Yeah? Yeah, okay, so maybe let's see if there are any questions.
Yes.
Oh. Sorry.
Clelia will be here, so we can ask questions later.
Yes.
Later, so shall we close here?
Start the workshop.
Okay, so let's start the workshops and there will be time to ask questions later.